Hey, what's going on, everybody? How's it going? John here with another video. Hope you guys are all doing well. So what I'm going to talk today about, my video today is going to be about what led me to my spiritual awakening. So I had my spiritual awakening September the 26th of 2019. So literally like right before 2020, like a few months before 2020. So September the 26th, 2019 was when I had my spiritual awakening. So I'm going to talk what led me to my spiritual awakening, because I've been through a lot of stuff. I've been through a dark past with like deep depression, but I'm going to get there. I'm just going to, like, the beginning of my downfall. So when I was 12, I lost my mom. She passed away from cancer. And that was the most hardest thing, like that I've been through. My family, my brother, like, it was the most toughest thing. Like, it was very heartbreaking. Like, when I still think back to that, like, I mean, I don't feel like sad. I mean, it still bothers me, but not bad, because it's been so long. Because it's about to be 12 years almost, but that was just a very traumatized thing that happened to me, especially at a very young age. Like, I was very young, and I mean, I still remember that happening, but that really, like, that broke my heart, my family too. So I went through a lot after that. Like, of course, I went through my grieving process, and I was still in middle school at the time, but yeah. And then high school, I went through, like, high school was not very pleasant either. Just a lot of drama with, like, friends and all that, losing friends, and losing your best friends and all that, and just relationship problems, and that really brought me down as well. Like, went through a little bit of depression with that. Not bad, but I mean, I was still learning from my mistakes, learning and just growing and growing. But then I got through my high school years, and then after, when me and my family moved to San Antonio in Texas, we lived there for a little bit, and then I got really depressed out there. Like, I mean, I wanted to move to Texas, but it's just, I moved there and it's just like, okay, well, I don't know anyone. I'm about to go to college here, but I need to get a job, and I worked at a restaurant business for that whole year, but it was just really tough. Like, I didn't know anyone, and just stuff like that. Like, I just felt like I was alone all the time, just always by myself, and that really got me into deep depression. Like, I was always just distant from my family. My dad and my stepmom really didn't, I mean, I came out and talked to them here and there, but I was just always in my room, always playing video games, and I was just very distant. Like, I was just always down. I felt like I had a lot of anger in me, and just stuff like that. Like, I was just at my lowest point. I was going through low points. And then towards that whole year, I was dealing with, like, suicidal thoughts, and like, it was just very traumatic. And it was, I don't want to go deep into it because some of it's kind of private, but yeah, like I just really hit rock bottom at that point. And then eventually, I think it was like fall of 2016, we moved because my dad and my stepmom, their jobs were not working out in Texas, and basically we're all kind of homesick because my stepmom's family lives out around here in Virginia. So we moved back to Virginia, we transitioned back, and I was still going through a lot of depression. Like I was still just traumatized by a lot of things, and I was still at my lowest point, rock bottom. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. Had a lot of I had a lot of anxiety, and just kept going, kept keeping strong, staying strong. I remember I was on antidepressants at those times, and that really drained me so much. Like I lost all my motivation from being on antidepressants, and that's also why I gained so much weight. Because I made a few weight loss videos, and I explained like the antidepressants were the reasons why I put on so much weight. But now I've lost all the weight, thank God. And then a little after that, like the coming year, like 2017, I was still depressed. I mean, I got out of it a little bit, like I improved, but then I still got depressed. 2018, still kind of depressed a little bit, and I was actually rising up from it a little bit. And then 2019, still a little bit depressed, but not that bad. And then that is what led me to my spiritual awakening. This is like September 26th came, and because actually backtrack real quick, because I remember I was like, I used to be really religious. I grew up Catholic, and I was like at a Christian church like towards the end of my religious beliefs, and then I just started questioning that, and I did my research, and then I left Christianity and all that. I made a video about that, and then after that I was starting to get a little bit into spirituality, getting into meditation a little bit, and then I had my first meditation experience. I think, yeah, it was a Teal Swan. Teal Swan, she's that YouTuber. She's done a few guided meditations. I was listening to that, and that was when I first got into meditation. And that's when it all started. Like I was learning more and more about spirituality, and then September 26th. Well, I keep leaving stuff out. My bad, guys. This other YouTuber, his name is Spiritual So, which I'm sure quite a bit of you guys are aware of his channel and know what his videos are, because he talks about like spiritual awakening stuff and spirituality, the Matrix, bigger picture behind all what's going on, stuff like that. And he's actually one of the main reasons why I looked at this, like, the world different. Like he helped open up my consciousness, like raise my vibration by watching his videos, learning and understanding what he was saying, and also doing your own research. But yeah, like September 26th came, and that's just when I just realized that I'm having a spiritual awakening. I just saw things different, looked at this world different, and really started my spiritual journey that day. My meditation practices, that's when it all started, and that's how my life changed. I remember those days I felt so high on life, and I also had to combine with my job. I'm working in a restaurant business. I had to cope with that still, but yeah, all that trauma in my past led to my spiritual awakening. That's how a spiritual awakening works. Like, if you've had like a dark past, like depression or just something awful happening, it usually leads to a spiritual awakening. You go to your lowest to reach your highest. It's like sometimes you gotta fall in order to fly higher. And that's how I see it as a spiritual awakening. And me, compared to my first day of my spiritual awakening, I feel like I have improved a lot. I know a lot more about myself, who I truly am within. Do I still have a lot of learning and a lot of improving to go? Yes, I do. Do I get depressed here and there? Yes, here and there, but not bad. I know how to cope and observe my emotions. You allow your emotions to come through and then take them up to the surface into high vibrations. That's just how it works, and that's how I learned it, through meditation, observing your thoughts and feelings, being aware how you're thinking and feeling. But yeah. And you've also seen, like, if you guys have followed me ever since like the beginning of my channel, how I used to do like reactions to movies and games, like that was way back. That was back when I was actually figuring out like what to do, or that was like right after I left my religion. I was just finding myself again. I was trying to find myself, and just I know I look a lot different than I was then compared to now. But yeah, improvement. It's all about improvement and growing and progressing. That's what it all is about. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. But in the meantime, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.